What it do, T Squad? It's me, Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I am here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 17, Episode 6 review. All right, you guys. So on the episode, we begin with Gina saying that she's been stuffing down her emotions when it comes to Matt. Like, she really hasn't dealt with everything that they went through with him cheating and the physical. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that she has to deal with, especially since she's in a relationship with another man, and she just honestly cannot keep dwelling and talking about that. Like, how many years has it been? You're with a new man now. Like, what's going on, love? Like, so she needs to seek counseling for that, because it's giving me she still has feelings for Matt. I really honestly do believe that Travis is a good man to her, and I feel like she feels safe and comfortable with him. But I think that attraction and that maddening love, that's still with Matt. I really honestly truly believe that. And I think that if Matt came to her on some, I ain't with old girl no more, I've 100% changed, I want our family back, I think she would go back. What y'all think? Then Tamra tells Shannon and Taylor that Jen isn't the only married woman that Ryan tried to F at her gym. And they asked her, well, does she know that? And she was like, I don't know. This is why I would never trust Tamra. Never, ever, ever. Whether on the show or off the show. Because we see now that she's been friends with this lady since the beginning of Cut Fitness, or however long she started been going to Cut Fitness, and you got all this information on this man, and you supposed to be friends with this lady, and you have not told her any of this, but you can tell Taylor and Shannon on national television and not tell her. Like, that's some fake stuff. You brought this girl on here to embarrass her and make a fool out of her and use her for a storyline. That is exactly what she did. And this is what she does to women. She likes to act like she's your friend, to get all your tea and information, and then use it against you, and then try to act like, well, I was just trying to help, I didn't do anything. Like, Tamra is still doing the same old tricks that she's been doing for years. And if I was Jen, I'd knock her upside her forehead. So the next day, everybody goes home, and Jen talks to Ryan about feeling like Tamra is being fake towards her. Like, ever since, no, I'm sorry, they aren't at home yet. They're still on a trip, and she calls Ryan and tells Ryan that she feel like Tamra being funny towards her and being fake and bringing up all this stuff all of a sudden around all these girls, and she's wondering, like, are we really truly friends? And like, she was in tears and really upset. And I'm like, girl, you better cuss Tamra out. Cuss out real good, because we already knew that Tamra really wasn't about that life. She just hadn't met her match. But when she was on Ultimate Girls Trip and Dorinda got a hold of her, baby, she ain't want no smoke out of Dorinda. She was scared, okay? So the ladies have dinner on their last night and say their highs and lows of the trip. And when we get to Heather, she says that her low of the trip was feeling left out with Tamra and Shannon. And they was like, huh? Like, give us an example. And she brings up this example of how she wasn't, like, in their room with them when they were doing something. And we see a flashback of them all in the room, Heather laying across the bed, no tension, no nothing. So Shannon gets upset because she feels like, why are you making something out of nothing? And you should be happy that me and Tamra are back cool. Like, that's a positive, because we never thought that we would be able to get back to where we were. So why are you trying to make this threesome like situation between us a problem? Like, what's the deal? And so we then see a flashback from Heather's perspective of the reasons why she feels like she's been left out, because she says that it's been multiple things, but that was just one of them that she decided to bring up. And after seeing the footage, I can see where she's coming from, but I wouldn't have taken it personally, because Tamra is trying to do more things with Shannon than she is you. I'll be happy. Let her go on over there to Shannon, because this ain't real. This ain't real, child. And Tamra is a friend to no one. So I wouldn't even be caring about whether or not Tamra is my friend. Girl, really, we already know her play. So I would not even care. But I can see where Heather is like feeling a little rattled because she's not the queen bee anymore. Tamra is back and she's taking over that role. So Jen says Herlo was triggering Gina with the whole infidelity situation. And Gina gets upset again, talking about how she's hasn't fully healed with everything that happened in her marriage and all of that stuff. And how Heather was saying that, you know, she shouldn't talk to Travis about her emotions when it comes to Matt. And Shannon was like, yeah, I want you to work through this, Gina, because you have someone with you, and I worry how much longer. And then Heather jumps in and finishes the sentence and says he's going to put up with that. And Gina just clicks on her and was like, don't say that, Heather. Put up with what? Put up with what? And Gina in her confession was like, I'm hurt that Heather hasn't had much concern for me with what happened last night. And I'm truly questioning if she's truly my friend or not. And I'm like, what? Girl, like, Gina is really getting on my nerves this season. It was obvious that when y'all sat in that car and she talked to you, that she was giving you real true tea. Like, at some point, even Matt said later on in the episode that yes, he wants her to come talk to him about things, but yeah, it will get to a point and that sometimes it does bother him. You know what I'm saying? That you talking to him about your ex-husband all the time. And Heather was trying to tell you right. She wasn't trying to berate you or beat you down and make you feel bad. She was really trying to give you real true tea. You know what I'm saying? And then for you to snap on her like that in front of everybody, and it's just like, Shannon telling you the same thing. Like, everybody is trying to get in your head that you gotta chill on this. Like, you gotta go outwards and get some help dealing with that situation with you and Matt. And she talking about something, she's questioning whether or not Heather is her friend because later on that night, she didn't check on her again. She was basically all up in Tamra's face. Now, they showed a clip where she was looking like this, but I don't know if she was still upset or she was just making a face. I don't know. But everybody is having a good time. Everybody's drinking and drunk and stuff like that. Like, come on, girl. At least she wouldn't checked on you from what we saw. Did nobody else care? So I just think that Gina's doing team too much. I really honestly am. Like, she's getting on my nerves. So the ladies return to Orange County and Tamra tells Eddie what Ryan said about her when he initially came to their gym. And he was like, oh, really? And she was like, yeah. And he was like, well, when I went to one of his like get together or something that Ryan had, and one of Ryan's homeboys told him to that he likes to go after married women, so watch your back when it comes to Ryan being around your wife. And Tamra was like, oh my God, like, really? So now they both know the tea on this man. Like, this man friends even saying that about him. Like, so there has to be some truth to this somewhere. So then we go to Jen, who sits down and tells Ryan what Tamra was told by their mutual friend Heather. Not Heather on the show, but a mutual friend of theirs named Heather. Now, mind you, Heather and Ryan used to be like this, like on some brother-sister type time. You know how I feel about that. That's my brother. That's my sister. Okay. Anywho, so they were real cool. And when Jen and him started dating, they all were cool. And she said that Heather would be telling her stuff about Ryan that would affect their relationship. So it got to the point where they had to cut ties with her in order to sustain their relationship. So once again, Jen is like pushing people away that is trying to tell her, girl, you got to watch him. You got to watch him. Now, granted, with this Heather chick, if that's supposed to be your homeboy like that, you should have just stayed out of it. You know what I'm saying? But Jen is living in a world of denial. She does not want to admit that this man ain't no good. Like, she trying to make it seem like, I think she's in this place where I have left my husband for this dude. I got to make this work or I'm going to look like the biggest fool ever. And I think that's where she's at. So Jen says to Ryan, you know, there's things that I could say about Tamra, but I love her and Eddie too much, so I'm biting my tongue. We want you to say it. Say it. Because don't nobody ever blast Tamra about her stuff, because Tamra makes sure she don't let nobody know what's going on in her household. You never see her talking about her and Eddie to folks. Never. So if you do got some tea, spill it. We want to hear it. We want to hear it because, baby, we already know she ain't got no problem spilling nobody else's tea. So Ryan, in fact, says that, you know, what Tamra said is not true. He's going to tell Eddie that it's not true. And, you know, he was like, maybe she's not your friend, you know? So things are going downhill between Tamra and Jen. So then we see Gina at home talking to Travis about being mad with Heather. And she was like, after our conversation, she didn't text or call me. She didn't care because Tamra was there. I went to feeling like concern to calculate it. What is she getting out of telling you that you need to stop telling your man that you still struggling with emotions and feelings from your last relationship? How is that calculated? What is she getting out of that? She ain't effing Travis. Like, that don't even sound right. So he says that, you know, she can't talk to him. Travis tells her, you know, to confront Heather about her feelings and not being a good friend if that's honestly how she feels, you know. And the episode goes off. And next week, child, it's going to be a time. And I'm looking forward to next week's episode. This week's episode, I'm going to give it a B-. Gina's tripping. Now, is Heather like a great person? Absolutely not. I have my issues with Heather. Heather gets on my nerves too. But in this case, between her and Gina, I feel like Gina is reaching. And she's looking for a problem in a moment with people. And it's really annoying me. It really, truly is. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode of Real Housewives of Orange County. Let's talk down below. Make sure you subscribe to my second channel, you guys. I have videos going up on that channel Mondays and Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central Time. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.